All right, what's good, y'all? About to go through these NBA DFS picks for today, January 13th, 2020. So let's get into it. Now, it's a lot of games, so I'm not going to break down um, every game, but I'm just going to give you some picks I like. Of course, we know Atlanta versus Phoenix has been postponed, so don't be no goofy and pick no players from that game. You want to waste your money, go ahead. But further ado, we're going to get into it. We're gonna go straight to Brooklyn. Now, this is me. Like I said, do your own research. I'm off Levert. That price is up too high for me. He was good around that 6'8", 6,000 mark, 6'6", 6'8", but he's up to all the way 8,000. He jumped 400. You gotta watch price jump. Always gotta watch price jump. But I'm off the Levert train. I'm saying he's still gonna produce, but I just think you're not getting that value price per dollar. So, but with that being said, because we know Kyrie is still out, I'm still on the Durant train. We got news that Durant is playing in the second game of the back to back. So obviously, I think he got something to prove. I was a little hesitant thinking Steve Nash may cut the minutes, but I'll take a chance. Like I said, I think Durant got something to prove. So I think, especially after them having a tough game against Denver, I think he want to come out here and prove some. It's the New York game, so we got the rivalry. So I definitely think Brooklyn don't want to have both of their stars out. Kyrie is already out, so I think you can plug in Durant. He's going to get that full amount of minutes, so I think you can plug in Durant tonight. Definitely a lineup builder for me. Okay, we off Durant. Now I want to get into some value, and we're going with some value that I think nobody's on. So if you locked in, you're getting exclusive right now. So we're gonna get it started. Let's go to New Orleans. Because I'm trying to tell you, the average player, especially if you're in the GPP, the average player not doing no research. So just by watching a video or whatever content creator you like, but just by you watching the video, you putting yourself damn near 10 steps ahead of the average player who just making a lineup off the top of the dome. Because I did it myself. When you make up lineups without doing no research at all, you're going to lose that bread. Just keeping it 100. But back to the lineup. Lonzo Ball is out. He's dealing with some knee things. What say, knee tendonitis or something like that. But and Eric Bledsoe, he's also banged up now. He's dealing with the eye injury, so he could play through it depending on the extent of it. But I'm gonna put y'all on some game for your lineups because sometimes you can't trust Draftkings. This is where I go to get my lineups. Go to Roto Grinders, man. I get all my lineup advice from Roto Grinders. Now, the thing about Roto Grinders is they basically give you the best case scenario. So they're not 100%. Also subscribe to them too. If you really want extra data, extra research, and you want to put yourself another 10 steps ahead of the game, definitely subscribe for Roto Grinders. They got great content. But back to what I was saying, you got to watch these starting lineups because you see in the red it say lineup not released. So they're giving you the projected, which is the closest, the next best move. But 10, 15 minutes before game time, a team could change something else like Indiana did last night on me. So you may win off this, and 10 minutes or 20 minutes before the game, usually they stay updated, but just saying, always good to check both. Check here and then also, check the actual beat writers and stuff like that because sometimes even roto grinders can't, predict who a team gonna start. But I wanted to look at the New Orleans, but this give you a good projection because sometimes you making your lineup a couple hours before it's tip off time. So best thing you can do is project. But we're looking for the Pelicans. They out here somewhere. Damn. Pelicans. All right, boom, there they go. Now, they already got Lonzo Ball predicted to be out, so we don't see him in the lineup. But right here, Alexander Walker, 3K. I think he's a basically a must play. Eric Bledsoe most likely will play through his injury, but we know he's not the most offensive, almost like a Lonzo Ball type of player. So um, let's get down to him right here. If you need a cheap guard, he's a pump play, but listen, he's going to get 30 minutes. Last time against OKC, he played 27 minutes, gave you 24. So he's giving you, and that was basically at 3K. So you're getting almost 5 to 10 times value with him. But you got to look at the game log. Look, each time he's played 20 minutes, he's basically giving you, you know what I'm saying, point per dollar. So I think really 5 times value, to be honest. So I think he's a sneaky play. Nobody gonna play him because shit, I barely knew who he was. So I know the average player don't know who he is, but definitely this is exclusive value right here. Alexander Walker for the Pelicans, replacing Lonzo Ball. And that 3K, man. You can't beat that, man. You can. That's why my lineup looked crazy today because when you find good value, you can structure your lineup however you really want. But we're gonna move on. Let me see. Who else did I want to mention? Okay, we got some injury news to keep an eye on because some of these moves are dependent on injury. The first one I like is this Portland game, and let's look at these point totals too because the numbers in blue are the projected point totals. And if we look, this is a game stack. If you want a game stack, this is the game stack right here. Basically, Portland and Sacramento, the top 5 point totals are tonight. They're in there. They're in there. I mean, you got two teams from the same game in the top 5 of the point total. So basically, they both projected to give you 120. So you gotta if you think about game stacking, you gotta. This is the game I would do it. You gotta think about this game, Portland versus Kings, and both teams have cheap players. Now the thing about this game I wanted to mention was, um, I don't know if Dame is two things really. I don't know if Dame is healthy enough yet. We look at his game log, his last 2 games. Okay, so he did go up to 38 from a 33, but we know Dame is averaging 44. So they say he rolled his ankle against the Raptors. He's going to play through injuries. He always do. But I would hop on this CJ McCollum train right now. With Dame banged up, we see the last 2 games. CJ basically giving you 50 points. He's had to take over in that scoring load. So right now, hop on that CJ McCollum train. I would give Dame maybe 1 or 2 more games, but until we know for a fact that Dame is 100% healthy, I think it's mandatory. You got to play CJ, especially you get him $1,000 cheaper. And then the next injury news was Nurk. He only played 9 minutes last game. He's dealing with a quad contusion. So if he's out, y'all know what time it is. In his cancer time. And we already know what he do with limited minutes. But I think if look right there, 24 minutes, he almost gave you a 50 burger. So I think if Nurk is out, we should basically get him at least 25 minutes. The coach is retarded. So probably him and Melo probably gonna get a lot of that time. But the thing about Melo is that we don't want to chase. Melo just came off that. I played him too that night, but Melo just came off one of his biggest games. His price didn't move, which is a sign that they don't expect him to continue that trend, as you can see. But I don't want to point chase with Melo. Sometimes if you miss the big games, you gotta chalk it up to the game. You missed it and move on. Don't play a player just because they coming off a good game. I've been there, done that. But yeah, I'm on Cantor, man. If Cantor is getting that starting spot, or even if Nurk is out and Cantor is basically the 6 man, because they might, go small ball. Anything like this, any Nurk news, I'm plugging in Cantor. So that's it for that. And last but not least, I wanted to talk about the Lakers tonight. Like I said, everything is injury news, so you gotta follow them beat writers. But long story short, wow, okay. So they removed the questionable tag from LeBron. LeBron was questionable like he always been, but they removed that. So that's a good sign that LeBron wanted them to know that he's playing for sure, for sure. AD still has his questionable tag. Now, I think he got a toe injury or something that happened against Houston, which was a blowout game. This is the second. This is the second game of the back to back. I think AD is going to sit. Of course, you got to stay updated because he could play, but I think AD is going to sit. So if AD is going to sit, you already know Marcus. Montrezl Harrell, you got to hop on him. Last time AD sat was the game against Chicago. He ended up playing 29 minutes this game, which is, as you see, this is the second game of a back to back. So I think you can lock him in for basically he's almost a guaranteed 40 if he's getting 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's another lock. So, and to be honest, you can stack him with LeBron. That's the kind of route I'm going since I'm gonna try to get that leverage of LeBron with no AD, get that usage, and then stack him up with Harrell because we know LeBron basically is a point guard. But yeah, man, that's the players I'm looking at tonight, man. You know, I don't want to give an official lineup because Draftkings have banned you for that. So I just wanted to give y'all something to think about. Oh, I'm not going yet. I got one more value. My bad. One more value. I almost forgot. Now, Al Horford is out tonight. And with these values I'm giving you, really think about them because I'm telling you will have more to spend up and maybe get 2 or 3 studs in that lineup, you know what I'm saying? To really do something different than you usually do. But they're on the second day of back to back. So we know Horford getting that rest, right? Isaiah Roby. As we can see, he's projected to start. Let me see. Right here on where it's at on Roto Grinders, he's projected to start. Look, projected to start 3K basically. Now, we're gonna go to NBA covers real quick. I'm gonna show you the last time that Oklahoma City had it back to back. Who started at center and what he did. And you basically can get him for 3K tonight against a Lakers team who we all know is high paced. We know that pace gonna be up and down with LeBron running the show. So that's good news for a center. But their schedule supposed to pop up. Yeah, past results, my bad. Okay, so let's look at their schedule. Let's look for the last time they played it back to back was December 28th to the 29th. So let me double check, make sure I'm good. Yeah. All right, so their last back to back was December 28th to December 29th. The second end of the back to back, which is the game they're playing tonight against the Lakers, is the second of the back to back. Isaiah Roby started at center, played 28 minutes, gave you 19, 7 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks. He's starting again tonight. He's 3K. Lock him in. Lock him in. You know, I wouldn't even think about it. Lock him in. Now, let me show you how Draftkings be slick, though, right? Because with the Al Horford news, they tell you, look, read it. They say, with the Thunder coming in on the second night of back-to-back, veteran will take a seat, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Expect the trend to continue for most, if not all, of the regular season. The first name they show you is Mike Muscala. Then they say Isaiah Roby and whatever dude at the end. But if you just going off that and you reading that, you would start Mike Muscala and think he about to start at center. And you're going to be heated when Roby start and go off. And that's how you look up. Like, damn, how these dudes do this? Research. I love research. So lock him in, man. He's starting at center, not Mike Muscala. He's starting. And as we've seen the last time he started, what did he give us? He gave you, last time he started, he gave you 33. So at 3K, man, like when it comes to these big slates and you got a lot of games, you gotta really research and find that value that'll give you that leverage to be able to play more stars in your lineup. So now it's official. It's a wrap. Selfmade Life TV, selfmadelyfe.com. Go get some merch, man. And I'm out.